This is the Anthony's, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'll be talking about why I think Volkswagen should bring back the Volkswagen Beetle. I'm actually quite a fan of the Volkswagen Beetle, and believe it or not, Herbie, my guinea pig, is named after Herbie the Love Bug. And Herbie's kind of like, you could call him a Disney character. He's a Volkswagen Beetle in these movies, in their Disney movies. And the original Herbie the Love Bug movie came out in 1968, and the last Herbie movie came out in 2004, but there's only 4 of them, so they didn't come out like every single year from those years, of course, but I've seen almost all of them. I think they're great movies. If you haven't checked out the Herbie the Love Bug movies, I'd recommend them. But in today's video, I'll be going over some of the history of the Volkswagen Beetle, and then I'll also tell you why I think Volkswagen should bring back the Beetle, and also what I think Volkswagen could do to bring back the Beetle. So guys, the original Volkswagen Beetle came out in Germany in 1938, and during the time World War II was happening. Even though World War II was happening, they did not use the Volkswagen Beetle in World War II. It was a car sold to civilians, so people in the public. It was never actually used in the World War II. And the generation the first generation ran from 1938 all the way till 1998. And that is crazy to believe. And we actually did not get the Volkswagen Beetle, in North America until 1950, so the U.S., and that's just crazy to think that it was the longest running production car ever in the history of cars, and I think it's been a great car. It was a great compact car, and I'll go over some of the special editions. So in 1970, we got the Super Beetle, which had leather seats, had a curved windshield up front. It was the most luxurious Beetle at the time, ran from 1970 till 1973. And actually, believe it or not, the Volkswagen Beetle was discontinued in 2003 in the whole entire world. It was just discontinued in 2003, even though the new Beetle, what they call it, ran from 1998 till 2003. And then they brought back the Beetle in 2011, and that was the last generation. We got the 3rd generation, and that ran from 2011 till 2019, because in September of 2018, Volkswagen announced that they were going to be discontinuing the Beetle, and the Beetle was discontinued in June of 2019. Sorry about the sirens. If you hear them, you might not be able to hear them, but they're going off right now, so I'm sorry about that. But those wind-up cars, so if you like wind it up, it's gonna move. If you like do that, just getting it back in focus, or it was in focus. I think it was in focus on my face. So yeah, I really think Volkswagen could bring it back. But here's how I think Volkswagen could bring back the Beetle. I think if they made it, so there's been concepts of an electric version of Volkswagen Beetle, but it's only been a concept one. I'll show photos of that. But I think Volkswagen could bring back a similar looking Beetle to the last generation they had. Maybe put LED lights on it, maybe make it a little bit more modernize the interior, and make a classic Beetle edition. So I would think it'd be great with having a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine and a 5-speed manual. And I think they could call out the classic Beetle, and I think they could make that now. And they could also make an electric version, because there's some people who want an electric car, and an electric Beetle I think would be great. But the one I would be really interested if they could make a classic Beetle, which I think would be great, paired with a 5-speed manual and a naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. And they could also maybe bring back, if they ever brought back the Beetle, a turbo Beetle, because they had, with the last generation, they had a turbo 4-cylinder version, and that one was super cool. Is a little peppy because, the car, is pretty small. So you don't need much of an engine for the car just because it's such a small car. and they also had a convertible turbo. I just think the Beetle would be great coming back. So if Volkswagen would ever bring it back, I think the one they should probably bring out first, I think, is the classic Beetle. It'd be great if they made one with a that naturally aspirated 4-cylinder 5-speed manual, but maybe they could also make an automatic transmission classic Beetle, and I think that could be more retro styled, because the last generation Beetle was actually kind of looked more like this, a little more like a modernized retro look. But I think the Beetle would come back so well. So let me guys let me know what you think it would be like if they brought back the Beetle. I think it'd be super cool. But apparently there's no plans on bringing back the Beetle. I'll see you in the next video, guys, and as always, peace out.